going live. I think we did it.
Yes.
Boom, boom, bing, bang, bong, bing, bang, bong. Tattoo. Bum, bum, be, bum, boom, boom. 29 seconds. Ooh, 29 seconds. Baby.
So where were we?
So here's the thing. I told you this. You know I'm starting the band.
Yeah.
I got an accordion player. You were there when I got the email.
Yeah.
I am
Thought that she was never going to write back. She wrote back?
She wrote back. I am too scared to reply to her email and make this thing happen.
Why?
I'm scared because then it becomes a thing, and actually it will be me playing guitar and singing. I'm not a very good singer.
She might be.
She's accordion. I'm the singer.
Well, then sing.
But I'm not a very good singer in
No, it's
real
Bob
life.
Dylan, and yet he's managed to steal a living for years.
So the concept of the band is like just bangers. Just bangers. The only two songs I've got are Rasputin and Road to Nowhere by Talking Heads.
Okay.
Me on guitar, guy on bass, a lady playing the old squeeze box.
It's only about 5 notes in each of those songs. You should be fine.
I should be fine, but you know I'm not a great singer.
You are
right?
you're a decent singer.
No. It means son. No, you can't sing. So I could reply to this email. She said, yeah, I'm up for it. Let's do it. And I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous to send the email. It scares me, guys. It scares me to commit. To not even commit. It's not commitment. To risk.
Yeah.
To take a risk.
Do it anyway.
Scares me. Take a risk. It scares me. Particularly when I consider everything I've ever done a failure. That's by the by. So when we were coming... Are you in? Is everyone in? Cherry Peeper, I can see you. Stefan, are you in? Cock Bongo, you're in. Paul, you're in. Liam, you're in.
People are in.
People are in. Welcome. Welcome. The phone lines are open,
Don't
by
forget
the way.
to smash those likes, team.
Doesn't matter on this one.
But
'cause
I'd
it's
like to see it.
It's an unlisted video. The other one, you should smash it and send it on stream today. I'm nervous. So we went and saw Liam Bailey,
Yes.
and it was great. The Jazz Cafe is great.
You got...
I've had cats all over. I've had two. I got up really early. Done 1.5 AA meetings today. Did one at 7, the international 24-hour meeting. And then I did half an hour at 9, just before the show, guys. And so I'm feeling... I woke up at 6:30 and I was going to go for a walk, but it was chucking it down with rain. So I thought,
So you need some other healthy outlet.
I need to do something. So I did some meetings, and I got a busy day today. We got this. Seeing my sponsor at 1:30 to have a look at my step 4. I'm going out for dinner with my sister, which I'm really looking forward to, my birthday dinner. But it's in a really cramped place, and that's making me actually quite nervous. More nervous than I thought I'd be about it. I'm nervous about it. And I tell you where a lot of these nerves are coming from. COVID. I don't know what is... I'm getting confused about what is real science now, because there's so many people are shouting, as you know. And I'm really scared of the anger, the vitriol, the fury from some people, Bro being one, right, said Fred being others, towards people that have stated they're going to carry on wearing masks.
Yeah.
Fury. Listen, I'll wear whatever I want to wear, all right? I'll wear whatever I want to wear. Please don't pretend it's an infringement on your civil rights that I'm wearing a mask.
Well,
that's a nonsense argument.
That's what I was going to say, is that people don't get angry if they are secure in what they think. They see it as an insult to them, that's on them.
Yeah.
I'm going to do me. And the whole point is, as well, is that, I'm not spending any more time trying to convince other people that they should care about people they don't know, right? If I have to say to you...
I am listening. I'm just going to post the link to our Patreon.
If I have to explain
so
something to you by saying it could be your mum, it could be your daughter, it could be your disabled brother. If I have to explain it, I've already wasted too much breath.
But they don't believe it's a thing.
Fine.
They don't believe it's a thing. But they are now... So many of them are now I will refuse to talk to you if you wear a
Good.
mask. I will be furious with you if you wear a mask. That scares me though, because some of these people are violent.
Well,
some of these, and we've seen the violence that can come from extreme right-wing rhetoric. Joe Cox being a perfect example, possibly the start of, and one of the most hideous examples, and possibly the start of the turning point. He was mentally ill. He wasn't. He was a right-wing extremist, terrorist, whatever you want to call him. You know, you can't say, well, he was mentally ill. But those Muslim terrorists, they come from the same kind of pot.
people are still being weaponised.
And that whole narrative is infinitely worse than it was. I think Joe Cox was 6 years ago. Infinitely worse than it was then. You know, it's mainstream. Talk radio, some of the LBC presenters, Richard Madeley hosting Good Morning Britain is a slightly tamer but still version of that. GB News. It is now, I'm scared. I am scared about wearing a mask. I will wear a mask because I think the science I'm following seems to imply that it's safer for me and other people. And I will wear what I want to wear, but I'm kind of scared about it. Hey, Sherry Peapot! Turn your stream off, Sherry Peapot.
It's getting very psychedelic.
Oh, no, hold on.
I'm just going to... Oh, well done. Welcome.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just going to do a little post to our £6.66 patrons because a few people are finding it difficult to know how this crazy system works. Aren't we all? Sherry Peapot,
No problem.
over to you.
No, I was just ringing to agree with you, because I'm going to wear a mask. There is absolutely no way I'm going to stop wearing a mask on the 19th. My mum is clinically vulnerable, so if anything, I'm doing it for her. She got COVID last year, and thankfully she's still with us, but she got long COVID, and so I've seen the devastation that's caused by catching it. I mean, her life is completely changed. She's had to have modifications in her home. She's had to retire. I had to go look after her for months on end last year. It's scary. And the thought of just going out there without a mask, to me, is just mental at the moment. I mean, Mike and I nipped out yesterday for the first time in ages. We went to Brick Lane, and there were mask wearers. But then there were people sat on the train that wasn't, and it just boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. I'm just ringing to agree with you because I'm terrified. Because I do know some anti-maskers, and they're very staunch anti-maskers, and I just hope that I'll be able to wear my mask down the street and not have people scream and shout at me.
And that's the thing, right? Let me wear a mask. Pete says, as someone said though, is there really a fear outside of Twitter? Yeah, I would say yes. As someone who went to a small protest of 100 people, there was fury, it's 100 people. I have seen footage of the protest that came a few days after the one I went to, and it was flipping massive. And I've not had it, but I remember early on Daryl Morris getting, people taking the sheet noises and all of that. And that was a year ago. I think it might be. I think it might be real outside of Twitter. And that scares me, man.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to hear about your mum. A friend of the show, Ollie, they have long COVID. I think they got COVID in March of last year. And I've not seen them for a while on here. And I think they're having a bit of a tough time again. It's never really gone away, but I think it's flared up again. And it is a real thing. And I wish everybody peace and love and success. But there is a part of me, there is a dark part of me that kind of, I'm hesitant to say this because this is like my feelings. This is not what I think. But there is a part of me that thinks, God damn it, Julia, Freds, you get it. You get it badly, and then you see what it's like. Of course, I don't really mean that. Of course, I don't want anyone to get any disease. I would never want that. But there is a part of me that thinks, you get it, and then you see what it's like. And I don't like that part of me.
No, but I mean, right, said Fred, bloody hell. So they're not going to talk to me if I wear a mask. Good. All right, I don't have to listen to their boring shit anymore. It's like Promise.
Don't Talk, Just Kiss was good. I like that one. Don't talk, just kiss. You have to change the tune on
Don't
here.
talk. What about freedom of speech? Went into it then, were you?
Ah, Sherry. Can't sing.
How are you two? You all right?
I'm a bit weird. Yesterday I was very weird. Today I think I'm all right, but I've not really had any encounters that encourage the weirdness. But I've been very... all right, let me tell you what happened yesterday.
You did ask, Sherry. You sure you want to hear this?
She
Yeah,
asked,
go on.
she meant it.
She meant it.
I am. Of course.
This is not the show where you ask and don't get.
That used to really scare people early on. How you feeling? Well, I was a bit suicidal over not to make light of that, the genuine answer I would give someone on the radio show, and they'd be like, okay, I've called in to talk about cars.
Hey, listen, you know about me, so I'm not afraid of any of that
Good.
kind of stuff.
Bless
so
you.
just
Thank
hit,
you.
hit me.
Again,
hit me.
thank you. I said it on Twitter. Thank you so much for that lovely card you sent us. And
No, you're very
it
welcome.
means a lot. Thank
Very
you.
I found myself yesterday getting really annoyed and defensive about people trying to help me, people that obviously love me, right? So my mum came round, she'd fed the cats while I went out on the razzle for the first time in flipping ages on Sunday night with my colleague here.
The razzle. It wasn't quite the
So the
razzle.
cats got looked after. My mum came round yesterday to make sure that she'd done it right and to say hello. And she said, and I also tidied your kitchen a bit for you. And my first thought was, cheeky.
You trying to say my place is a mess?
Exactly.
That's exactly what you said to me.
I said it was clean. I don't know what she had to tidy. I do know that she put things all the way in the wrong place, but okay. And my head is saying it's kind. She's being kind, and my wicked, twisted soul is saying rude. And then she said, "Oh yeah, and your dad, he spoke to the window cleaner the other day, and he's going to start doing your windows as well, and we're paying for it." And again, I was like, "Why? Are you saying I can't cope?" And here's the thing, I spoke to Iain about it afterwards, and I went, I feel really resentful about it, like they are encroaching, and I know they're not. But it's because I think for such a long time with what's been going on, I've been carrying stuff and thinking it was my job to do it. And it's my job to manage this. And it's my job to make sure that no one can tell that things are difficult. And so the fact that people are helping me, I think I see as a exposing in some way. And I feel a bit... I'm being odd about it, and I know I'm being strange about it.
I think also it's your parents, and that can often be interpreted as
oh, you can't manage this,
you can't manage this.
Yeah.
But it's completely normal, though, isn't it?
As I said to you yesterday, someone offers a window cleaner. If you take nothing else, take the goddamn window cleaner, because it's one of those things where
it's a luxury. It's
Hey, listen, I wish I had one. We live in a flat, you see, so trying to get a window cleaner to come up 2 floors, no chance.
Oh.
No chance.
I hadn't thought of
So
that.
how do you do it? Do you not do it? You just wait for the rain?
Do you
'Cause
lean out?
That's been my technique.
Just look for the really dirty windows in Enfield, and that's where we live.
You only notice it on a sunny day, and we get precious few.
Whatever happened to, because now you get like the green spray, but in my day it was window lean, that kind of pink.
It smelled great, didn't it?
But it smelled great, And they would, when shops closed down, they would smear the windows in window lean so that you couldn't see in.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that weird?
I remember. Do you remember how clean is your house? Was that Kim and Aggie? How clean is your house?
Vinegar.
Yeah, it was.
and
Yeah,
cider.
yeah.
I decided that I'd do my bathroom with vinegar in their technique.
Smells like a chippy.
It smelled like a chippy for about 2 months.
I think you was using the wrong one. I discovered white vinegar the other day, and I'm like, oh my god, where it's been all my life. It doesn't actually clean anything; it just makes everything shiny. But I like to kid myself that I've got a clean home now.
Quiet Bloke says, advantage of living in a bungalow is you can easily clean your own windows. Yeah, but can you open them? That's the question from yesterday's show.
Yeah, that is.
Sheree, lovely to talk to you. Thank you so much.
All right, have a good day, guys.
Tatty
Nice
bye.
to speak to
Tatty
you.
bye.
Bye.
Billy knows what I'm talking about in the chat. I have exactly the same
missed a
thing
call.
with the in-laws. They're so kind. I have to check myself when I feel like they're interfering. I remember, bless her, my mother-in-law when she was alive, when I had babies, came in and did the ironing, and after a while I started to feel like that was an encroachment.
Yeah.
But it's me. It's not them. They're being nice.
And also, you are going through a very emotional period. I imagine there's a sense of vulnerability.
Yeah, I'm trying
sense of defiance, perhaps.
And I'm trying to work out what normal is. It's kind of that feeling of when you have a new baby and everyone comes round.
Welcome to the EE voicemail.
And the visits continue, and after a while it stops being nice and starts being a bit of a pain, because what you want is for people to leave you alone so you can work out how you do this.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that as well. Anyway, I know I'm being a cow, so I'm going to try and stop it.
Alistair, I think that was you, Alistair 150, and your name is, but I just tried to call you back. Give us a call, 0203 286 6370. You can Skype on TLN8. You can show us your face. You don't have to show us your face if you don't want to. But the phone lines are open. And if you're watching this out of time, you can phone and leave a message. We are very happy to take messages. £20 and above patrons. You should have the link to buy a ticket at a 20% discount for our show that's happening on Wednesday, the 18th of August in Luton, right? The tickets go on general sale for below £20 and the other people on Friday. So I would say get your tickets quick, because at the moment there's only 40 tickets. Hopefully we can release another 40 in a couple of weeks, but at the moment there's only 40. So get in there quick. You've got the link. Got the goddamn link. So we went and saw Liam Bailey.
It's so good.
And it was great.
Yeah.
Right? It was great. You think you saw Majid Nawaz there?
Yeah. Someone came out of it was unisex loos, right? I had a mask on.
Yeah. We were told to wear a mask walking about.
This fella didn't. He came out of the loo, and I recognised him, but not enough to be able to say definitely that person. And it was only when I saw the video of Majid Nawaz, and maybe because he's talking about not wearing a mask, that I thought, oh yes, that would work.
Maybe.
I think I am 95% sure it was him.
Hello, caller.
I don't think we can listen to this. But thanks.
So we saw the concert. It was great, right? It was nice being out. It was nice food.
Food is great.
Lovely drinks. I had mocktails. They are. How would you describe a mocktail? I guess it's kind of like it's like a sort of combination of different drinks to create a taste. But often it would have alcohol in, and these ones don't have alcohol in. So mocktails.
They make a mockery of a cocktail.
I don't know where the name comes from, but that's what it's a mocktail is like a sort of non-alcoholic mixture of drinks, and it's really lovely and overpriced. And I felt a little bit uncomfortable about being, there. Anyway, so we left, and as we were driving home up the A41, why don't you tell the ladles and jelly spoons what we saw?
Well, it was quite late.
Very late.
So whenever I
about
see
11:30.
Whenever I see cars in a lay-by that late, I always think dogger. And I said it just as we drove close enough to be able to see.
Two cars parked behind each other.
And it was either that or he'd got himself trapped in a window.
But
and his trousers trapped round his ankles.
His trousers and pants were around his ankles. He's
Yeah.
in a labour. So it's the A41. It's a dual carriageway.
It wasn't behind any bushes or
No.
anything. It was.
It was there. You could see it
was
from the road.
the full moon. Yeah.
The door of the car was open. The door of the car was open. It wasn't the window, and he was there
Oh,
with
so he
his
can't have been trapped then, can he?
trousers and his pants around his. Getting some bum on the A41. We did, David. We got some bum on the A41. We didn't want it. His trousers and pants were around his ankles. Yeah. It was.
Maybe he was being rescued. Maybe he'd had an unfortunate trouser accident, and they were the trouser
We've
police.
all done it. We've all done it. Come here. Let me come. Just stand still. It's going to hurt. Stand still. I'm just going to do it in 1, 2. It was. It was incredible. And then there was another lay-by, and we saw a car slowing down as it approached the lay-by. We assumed because he'd seen the one happening before and wanted to see if there was
been
any
a terrible
of this.
accident.
It was.
Good morning, lovely jubbly.
It wasn't good. It was bloody horrible. They might have been sucking the poison out. We just don't know.
Yeah.
I've never.
We
I
spent a long time thinking about the different scenarios, didn't we?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. I always thought dogging. I've never come across a dogger. Oh, please. But I always assumed it was like done in like places where you couldn't see it. You know, talk about lay-bys.
You wouldn't walk your dog in the lay-by in the A41.
This wasn't a lay-by. You know, some lay-bys, they're hidden. This wasn't. It was there. It was all going on.
Wow. I mean, people
But was he wearing a mask? Someone wasn't.
I think it's what Rihanna was singing about when she said she found love in a hopeless place. It was the side of the A41.
It was the most unsexy scenario for making love, making mouth love.
I don't want to yuck anyone's yum.
Paul Briggs. Read Paul Briggs' comment.
There are other places. Could you be more precise about the lay-by location so I know to avoid it, of course?
It was about 2 miles up from the M25 on the A41. I didn't. James says, "I hope you beeped." I didn't beep.
No, we were caught in
the trap. I always beep someone who's having a pee by the side of the road. Always, and I would love it done to me as well. But we didn't beep because we were like,
What?
No, his bum wasn't hanging out the window. He wasn't in the car. So the car was parked. The driver's door was open, and
I'll be the man.
No, I don't want
Imagine
you.
Me
All
with
right,
no Imagine me with no trousers.
I'm the
on.
driver. The door is open,
and that's us. What? Going past, going what?
That is not cool. That is not cool. That is not cool. That has made me feel nauseous.
On a Sunday.
Yeah, that was disrespectful to Jesus. Bum day. Come on.
Let's get the bloody thing going.
Come on, let's move. I think what someone was saying in that scenario. I don't know who.
We couldn't believe our eyes, could we?
No, could not.
And we spent the whole ride home trying to talk ourselves out of it.
Hey, so then the mystery continued, right? Then we came. You came back to my house, because she'd been drinking, so she stayed, right? And what did we find in the vestibule? You probably don't remember. You're too pissed.
I wasn't. What did we find in the vestibule?
It's a little pack. Someone had left a little package.
Yes, you stood on it.
Yeah. What was in it? Can you not remember this?
Cat biscuits. I can't remember what I did yesterday. And
Strawberries.
I was sober.
Strawberries, right,
yes.
From Dave next door.
Right.
So I texted Dave to thank him for the strawberries. He weren't from me.
It's not a reference to Strawberry Thief.
Well, it has to be. It has to be a reference to the strawberry thing. Now, I live on a very quiet street where there aren't that many people. Could be Betty next door. I've lost her. I've not seen her, so I'll ask her. But I think I'm being trolled. Someone left some strawberries in my porch.
It was a strawberry trap because we walked on them.
Someone left strawberries in my... Is it? I mean, I've eaten them.
Have you?
I've had them bit yogurt. It's nice. Bit yogurt and blueberries. Nice. Hey, man, I'm tripping. Who? Mandy says, do not eat them. Too late. I thought they were from Dave, so I ate them. And not from Dave. So, that's freaky, right?
Yeah. And they look like homemade ones as well. They weren't shop ones, were they?
It was Amit Khan says, lonely God, sexual racism. Amir Khan, I believe you mean. Although, what did Shappy keep calling it, Amir Khan? Imran. All the time. To that point when you think, right, mustn't say that again. I've just said it again. She kept, it was that. Hello and alive. Welcome to the non-pots. We got 114 of you, which is just exactly the right number.
That's what we were hoping for.
I need some help. Okay?
Oh.
I have had a really silly idea of, for my kids and her kids, having a fete in the back garden. Right? Just having a fete, just for us. And I'm going to give the kids we're going to give them some 10 pences or something, and they can pay for the thing, and we've already got a tombola. Mm-hmm. We've got apple bobbing. We'll make not whack-a-mole, what's the one where it goes down a drain? Is that whack-a-mole?
Splat the rat.
Splat the rat. We'll have a splat the rat, right? Laced with LSD. I do remember Mike Mendoza. I heard a tape of that once. Splat the rat. So I'm up. Maybe we'll get a hooky duck. Mm.
Can we get something that spins them round? What can we get?
Something that spins them round. What?
You.
Okay. Me and my 9-year-old. In fact, I wonder if I've had an email about that. Let's check my emails. Oh, I've had an email about it. We've come up with the best idea, but I don't know. We're going to. Me and my 9-year-old have had the best idea for a surprise for the fete. It's happening. It's happening. The fete is Wednesday, the 28th of July. We got the best surprise, and my 9-year-old and me, we came up with it, and we went, "Oh, that's good. Can't wait to tell them." Then we both went, "Let's tell nobody. Let's tell nobody." It is the best thing. The best thing, and it's happening. Just had an email saying it is happening.
Gosh.
So what else can we, if you got any suggestions? Coconut shy. This
Someone
is,
suggested the sponge thing where you throw sponges at people's
oh
faces.
yes. Let me I don't want to I've got to rub off the yeet from your daughter. I'll rub that off. So sponge, coconut shy we can do. The sponge thing is great, yeah. It's just them doing it to us.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to go.
That'd be wicked. That'd be wicked. I think we've got bunting. You've got bunting.
bunting.
We've got bunting, Sherry Peapot. Thank you.
What about a big jar of sweets? You have to
Guess the number of sweets. Oh, guess the sweets. Oh, this is going to be great. What fun. And it's going to be really silly. It's just going to be us. Everyone else can get to toss. And it is going to be the maypole. I was thinking of wearing the outfit. Buy a load of Panda Pops and baked beans and have a tombola. Okay, we are having a tombola.
Yeah.
There will be some good stuff in there. There will be some tinned food. There will be some tinned food. That is absolutely guaranteed. Guess the weight of Big Boy.
Oh.
It's not bad. Oh, what's this?
Do you see what I see?
I see a candy floss machine. Read the reviews though, because if it says it doesn't,
It's 3.5 out of 5 for 22 quid. That's the only review I need.
get it.
It'll be
Get it.
tiny, of course.
Lollipop in a board, but a few of them have a red bit on the stick. What?
Oh.
David, what?
Yeah, you have to pull them out.
Oh, okay. Oh, what do you call the sandbox where you put your hand in and it's treasure? The sandbox and it's
The treasure chest.
the blind man's. What do you call it? What do you call it?
Litter tray.
The treasure. We will do it in a litter tray. What do you call the treasure thing? Where candy flush machines are a nightmare. I would hesitate.
Really?
Don't just hesitate. Lucky dip. Thank you.
This one says easy. This one says easy.
I trust Cock Bongo.
What? It's
Brand
called Cock Bongo. Why are we taking advice from someone called Cock Bongo?
I trust. Cock Bongo has never let me down.
Sounds like he's a flipping buzzkill.
He's never let me down before. He's given good advice, good technical advice, good advice.
Oh.
He also sent me
Black bra.
He didn't send me that clip. Oh, black.
What did you just say then? Zim, 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 zim.
Zum zum zum. Not to be a sport. Hopefully, it's not an insurance issue. What?
For what? Our own children?
An insurance issue for what?
Too late.
I've put them in such dangerous situations. I did consider face painting. I
can face paint.
Let's do. I don't think my boys are. My boys. The eldest probably wouldn't. The youngest is at a strange age.
I'll do you.
Jim, we've said tombola 3 times. I'll have a face paint, definitely. I love it.
We both will.
Insurance issue for what? It's not. I don't think you need public liability for a private fee. I don't. No. Oh no. This isn't for the. Well, we can do some of this. We can do a tombola in the live show.
Yeah, we can.
We can do some of this in the live show. We are going to have games in the live show. It's going to be fun. It's not. I don't think we're going to stream it live. We're certainly going to record the audio, and if you want to buy it, it'll be cassette only. Thank you, Gonch. We might, if you want to. I was going to say, if anyone wants to film it, feel free to film any bit of you want and share it. That's all groovy. But there's going to be shooting gallery. My kids are not going to be doing.
I was strung out on heroin.
Thank you. Burger van. We'll have a barbecue. I haven't got a barbecue. We'll do burgers. We'll have hot dogs and burgers. We're going to have games at the live show.
Yeah.
£20 and above patrons. Get those discounted tickets and the mods. We're going to have. Well, I'm going to look on eBay for some kind of fatey games. You know, maybe there's a. If you can get one of them for 20 quid, I'll get one of them. Maybe I'll get some of that meat raffle.
One of them. Can use that. Zzz.
Oh, my boy made one.
Yeah.
My boy, which is very hit and miss, but he made one. There. Fortune telling. We will not be involving any evil forces.
Actually, we can.
Oh, we can do the...
Yeah. Ask a question.
St John's Ambulance. That's a good point. You never know. Will it rain on the day of our home fate?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. God, there's only 17 tickets left for Luton.
Gosh.
This is the first tranche of 40.
And yes, we may or may not get another 40.
Hopefully we'll get another 40. Treasure hunt. That's a great idea, Mandy. Thank you. So 17 tickets left at the discounted price. We're going to be well out of money because of these bloody patrons.
Your idea.
I know, it's a stupid thing trying to involve
I knew that they would go
part
for
of the show. Hi.
Hey.
Where are they available? £20 and above. They're only available at the moment for £20 and above. They'll go on general sale on Friday. So if there's any left, then you'll know. If you're a £20 and above patron, you will have had a link. Are you going to have a table with almost empty bottles of aftershave and perfume for 20p? That can be arranged.
Yes.
Dave!
Hello.
Dave the Rave!
Just on the ticket thing, I don't know if you know, but there was only 20 available when they went live this morning.
Oh.
So I don't know if they only made 20 available for the elites.
Oh, if that means there's only 17 tickets left, we've only sold 3.
No, that can't be right.
What?
But that doesn't work because I know at least 5 people who've bought them.
Exactly.
So maybe that number's nonsense.
Let me speak to my...
Contact.
It might be worth checking the numbers.
Speak to Mr. Tickets.
I'm very excited for this, by the way. I've been avoiding any sort of event, but actually this is, I'm excited.
It's giving you something to plan. We haven't had anything to plan for 18 months.
Let me...
Yeah.
You talk. I'm busy.
The idea of, meeting people that I've been chatting to for the last year that I've known Pete for like 4 years and I've never met him. So that'd be, be nice.
That's the thing. It's going to be like part show, part convention.
Yeah.
Annual general meeting. It'd be nice to see you all
really.
actually meet each other. I hadn't thought of it like that. That's true.
Yeah, it would be really exciting. And I think, I know that obviously we don't really know what's going to be happening in August, but I think most of us are in the position where we're going to want to be careful anyway. So we all, because there is that worry, right?
Yeah, and also, here's the thing. You're amongst like-minded people who have aspects of themselves, and I speak for myself too, that are deliciously awkward. So you don't have to worry about people being like super touchy-feely, because I don't think that we're that kind of crowd.
No, I think Pete's a hugger, I think, secretly.
Pete, from what he was saying, is very, very pro-physicality at the moment. So, just be careful.
Yeah, we may just have to draw a line somewhere.
But it'll be so nice to see you. Where would you be coming in from? Are you far away or?
So I'm Stevenage. Okay. So I am, but I have also booked the hotel because it'll be nice to not have to worry.
Yeah, make a day of it.
Morning off work the next day, and
beautiful.
It will be great.
I mean, very few of us are getting a holiday this year, so Luton it is.
Yeah, and it is great. It has worked out nicely that it's not too far as well. I know that you guys say you can't plan the venue around that, but it's great that people have been able to make the journey. I know caterers looking to travel. And
David Turner makes a great point. After party on the A41.
I know the spot.
It's going to be weird, and some people may change their mind at the last minute. And I saw Roger yesterday was saying, I want to go, but in the end, the trains didn't work out. And I said, look, if you're feeling nervous about coming, don't come, right? We don't want anyone to get anxious about coming, and I get why people will get anxious. If this goes well, and I've got 4 criteria for it going well. 1, it's entertaining. 2, it's safe. 3, we make money. And 4, the most important one, we enjoy it, and we don't go away hating ourselves. Is if it goes well, we're going to do more. I don't think we're going to do a big tour like we did last time. I think they're going to be kind of in our area, Luton, St Albans, and maybe London. I think that's it, because once we start going out to places, that's where we start losing money or just breaking even. But if anyone is uncomfortable about coming to a venue, and I get it, I totally get it, then don't come. It's cool, man. It's all cool. And if you change your mind on the day, it's all cool. As I said, replied to Roger's thing, the significant numbers of the world's population are going to have PTSD as a result of the last 16 months. And it ain't going to be just okay, everything's back to normal. Even if COVID disappeared today, it would still take time. Some people may never be able to go back out again. And that's cool. what I'm saying when I'm in cool, I would never judge anyone for that, and I appreciate that, and it's going to be tough for a lot of people.
So I'm a bit worried, like on the 19th. So 19th happens to be our wedding anniversary. We had the day booked off. We're going to see, we're going to Shepworth Wildlife Park. We've got an experience to meet the red pandas, and we were going to go out for a meal at
There's no
lunchtime.
such thing as red pandas.
Yeah, there are. They're
They
lovely.
totally ripped him off. They're just going to get a panther and paint it red.
They're not really pandas, though, are they? Red pandas.
No, not gather, but
Oh,
I mean,
don't
just
ruin it. It's their
labels.
wedding anniversary. Come on, let's.
Well,
Red pandas are real.
They're like a fancy raccoon.
We're
But
gonna see
anyway,
something
enjoy.
that they call a red panda. But we thought, on the way back we'll go out for lunch, and we haven't done that, since a year. But now it's the day that everything's opening up, and thinking,
Freedom Day. Jesus, that phrase. Is there a more faux nationalistic, right-wing, white English phrase than Freedom Day?
Do we all have to sing the song as well on that?
Oh yes, we do. We'll sing that. We'll sing that at the show. We'll have that.
I think you said before, I'm not into football. Some people are, but I mean, worst case will be if we win the World Cup and suddenly we've got Freedom Day and we've got the song. It's going to be.
God.
Here's the thing. And by the way, the World of Tanks stream tomorrow. I'm moving it forward a bit, or back a bit, whatever it is, because I forgot the football's on. So it's going to be 5 till 7, right? I hope we lose. I tell you why I hope we lose. Because if we win, Boris Johnson's going to get away with everything. The feel-good factor. Boris Johnson will get away with everything. He will pin himself to
Even
that.
though he had absolutely nothing to do with the football.
Exactly. The anti-maskers, the Brexit people, all of those will go, Britain's great, England's great, we don't need any of this. He will benefit. They will get away with it if we win.
Let the flag shagging commence.
They will get away with it.
It will
And
be
by
a
the way,
festival of it.
Pete says, I can 100% promise we will not about to win the World Cup. Correct. And Katefer says about the live show, wear masks. If people want to wear masks, if people want to socially distance, people, we will have some signals. Like if that is like, whoa, you're getting a little bit too close, and we will make sure everyone respects that, because it's going to be, and there'll be some people that are cool for being a bit more intimate, and there's some that's like, that's cool. And no one will be judged for wearing a mask at our show. No one.
Just take a stick. Whatever the length of your stick is how close you want people to be.
Yeah, or wear a hoop. If you want to wear a 2-meter hoop around you, that's
or you
fine.
could wear a badge featuring Stonehenge, and that way they can only get within about 150 metres.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the way forward.
Well, I hope you enjoy your red pandas.
Not really.
Yeah, thank you. A couple of weeks yet, 19th. So,
Okay.
But yes, it should be good. It's my wife went. She does a lot of photography, so she went around Shepworth a little while ago with some friends and saw them, and decided to do it. But at least that way, I won't be spending 5 hours waiting for her to do her photography. We can go and do the pandas. She loves it, but we're maybe at different paces.
A model of a panda while she's doing that. Just do a little...
I'll get a regular
Zombie.
panda and I will paint it red. While she's
Jim says, Dave has just reminded me that Jenna and I forgot our wedding anniversary in June.
Well, as long as you both forgot.
Yeah, I think that's
love.
okay.
That's amore. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, guys.
Tutty bye. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number. Keep coming up with your suggestions for the fate. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to enjoy. What's that little grin?
Nothing. It's just going to be fun.
It's going to be redonkulous. Mm-hmm. Now I know that surprise is happening with a cheeky little bonus as well.
You said bonus.
It said bonus. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Oh, I meant to mention the RSS feed. I can mention it to you. We've had a couple of people going, I can't get the podcast. I can't listen to the podcast. If you're signed up to the Patreon, which you all are, you get an RSS feed, right? And what that is, that's kind of the address of where the podcast lives. And you take the RSS feed and you drop it into your podcast service, and most of them, it will work with most of them, and that means that the podcast will go straight to your phones, because a few people are going, I can't get the podcast, I don't know where it is. So I've put a little post on the Patreon. It's doing the housekeeping. You guys know, you guys are here. Go on, what's
David Turner has put on Twitter.
He's obsessed, isn't he?
Well, I'm starting to think. I knew that arse looked familiar.
You think it's him?
Yeah.
Wow, let's have a little look. What has he done?
He's pinpointed exactly the spot.
Here we go. TLNA meet-up party, Sunday the 11th of July, 11:30 p.m, about 2 miles out from the N25. Looking forward to it. That is it, isn't it? That is it. That is it. He's found it.
The scene of the trouser crime.
Oh my God, you dirty boy! It was so, Listen, I've done some stuff in my time. That was so like.
I mean,
that's outrageous.
They must be very passionate to not be able to hold it in.
They must be in love. They must really be in love. They must really be in love.
Yeah.
And that,
I mean, what do you do if you love each other and love cars? Well, you combine and love laybys.
Why have I written down boat? What is boat? I wrote down boat. Now, I wrote that this morning because I couldn't find my black pen. I wrote all of this morning.
This is it, boat.
Boat. The this is it is something different. Boat. Boat.
Not bode. Or boa.
Boa? Question mark?
Boa constrictor.
No.
I saw a story about a man getting his bum bitten by a boa
Oh, well, let's
constrictor.
have that. Go on.
Let me find it. I only half read it. I got the information I needed just from that sentence. But let me see. Boa constrictor toilet.
Mandy, thank you. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
Here it is.
Go on, you do that. And
Yes.
I got something to show you guys. Thank you, Mandy. Yeah, man, you guys are the best.
It was in Austria. Hang on. Where is it? See, this is... Because it surprised me it wasn't Australia. Australia, there's always a snake biting people's arses. But this one was in Austria. Here it is. Ugh. A 65-year-old man was left with minor injuries after a reticulated python bit him while he was sitting on the toilet. He was said to have felt a pinch, not on his bum, in the area of his genitals.
Oh, gosh.
We're talking balls, aren't we? Beneath him in the toilet bowl, before finding a 5 foot, which is 1.6 metres for modern people, snake beneath him in the toilet bowl in his home in the Austrian city of Graz.
Graz?
Graz.
Grazias.
The python, a constrictor native to Asia which can grow to a length of nearly 30 feet or 9 metres for the modern, is thought to have found its way into the toilet via a network of drains. It's like in the films. I bet they put it down there as a baby and it's been living there.
There we go.
Shortly after he sat on the toilet, the Graz resident, by his own account, felt a pinch in the area of his genitals. The police said in a statement, there's a statement, what they're going to do, trying to find someone who witnessed it, they arresting this snake. The victim needed treatment in hospital for minor injuries to his ball. Although the snake's suspected route into the toilet could not be confirmed, it's thought to have escaped from a neighbour's apartment. A reptile expert contacted by the emergency services removed the snake from the toilet, cleaned it, and returned it to its owner.
Jesus.
So, just remember, before you pop a squat,
Oh, no.
look
Why
down
did
the
you have
bowl.
to do that?
What?
Why did you have to do that?
What? It's a safety message.
Safety message.
A 24-year-old neighbour who owns 11 snakes has been reported to the prosecutor's office.
Prosecutor?
Prosecutors.
You said prosecutor.
Prosecutor's office on suspicion of negligently causing bodily harm. Oh, that's why the police are involved. They're going to blame the owner. Reticulated pythons are the world's largest snakes.
Could a snake climb up your anus and enter and live in your gut? Could a snake do that, please?
You'd feel sure. Well, I think you would feel the attempted entry, wouldn't you? And then you could stop it.
Bum snakes.
Anyway, so that's the moral of that story.
Look at this,
Happy to
ladies and
help.
gentlemen. The very first PlayStation.
Oh, it's smaller than I thought.
I remember them being bigger.
That's it, is it?
That's it. But also, look at this guy's nails.
I know.
I wouldn't want that 50p. It is small, I think, but I think that is it, isn't it? Yeah. I remember it being massive. I was a kid. Things look smaller when you look back on them. Look, but this is it.
Thank you.
But he's missed out. The real fun bit was pushing it back so it clicked. What? That's PlayStation's, guys. So who posted that in the? Someone posted that in the Discord. Let me find out who that was. I want to give them credit.
That's like 70s stroke 80s fun.
Liam, thank you, Liam. Appreciaziano, Liam. Some of you are saying you couldn't find the. Some of you are getting on my nerves. No, some of you are saying that you couldn't find the link to this today. Let's name but not shame. Stacey, Rob, Moraine, Hazy.
Okay.
Now, this is interesting. You couldn't find it, right? And this is all learning curve for me. I send out on the Sunday the all the links for the paywall. Where's the thing? I send out on the Sunday all the links for the paywall. The link didn't work twice for you. Explain what you mean by that, please, Jimbo. So I send out the links on the Sunday, and I hope your job interview went well, Dave. Not Dave, sorry, Daniel. I send out the links on the Sunday for the paywall. I'm not going to do it for the free stuff because it gets way too complicaziano. And those are the links, and they should work. Jim's saying it took third time lucky. I wonder if that's because we hadn't...
No, because I was on it waiting.
Works. It does work. I wonder why. YouTube said the link cannot be loaded. Isn't that interesting? Okay, I wonder why. So basically, they get sent out as a Patreon post. Try and bookmark that, save it, copy and paste to keep the links. Try and save that if you can, because that's the thing.
If not, go to the Patreon page. There's a post
All
there.
of the pre-posts are there. And what I'm going to try and do... What's going on? What I'm going to try and do is when we go live on the day, then post another Patreon post. There's quite a lot for me to do, switching from one to the other, and I'm not quite there yet. As Katherine will attest, there's a lot of muttering to myself going, well, that should work. Well, that's not work. So I'm not quite there yet. Did it in 29 seconds today, though. I've got to beat that record. And but yeah, I will try and repost the link on the day. I also put it in the Discord for the £20 and above patrons. So thank you for your patience, is what I'm trying to say. But also, just come on, guys. Jeez. No, but thank you for your patience is exactly what I'm trying to say. Here's another thing. Do I send out too many Patreon posts? Because I sometimes worry that I'm spamming you guys with stuff. I just want to give.
I think we're still in a place where we're getting used to.
I want to give them
knowing where to look for things.
So much. Right? I want to give you so much stuff, and then I think maybe I'm giving too much. I'm sending out too much. Maybe we're an irritant. I know that there will be some people. It is a lot of emails if you're having to post it on the day as well. You're saying it's a lot of emails to be receiving.
Or sending.
I think he's saying receiving. But I think I'm going to have to post it on the day.
Because otherwise we end up getting individual people saying they can't get in.
Cannot do it. People that have to be helped find the link should be charged extra. Extras are fine. That is a great idea. Lubilou says, I find it confusing having different links and lots of Patreon emails to wade through.
Okay, so here's a plan then. Go to the Patreon page and you look for the...
But then there will be others. Is there a way to pin post you do on Patreon? I don't think there is there? I mean, I don't want to disappear too far up the Jaxie today in this. Let's see, can I post? Oh, you can. Hang on. This will appear on the top of your profile. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pin. Let's see how this works.
Pin this week's menu.
I'm going to pin Sundays to the top. Now, today's link, Wednesday, posted to podcast, your weekday links. Let me just check this is it. Your weekday links.
But of course, the people who can manage it are the people who are here, so they're the ones we're talking to. It's the ones that aren't.
That should now be posted.
Having problems.
That should now be pinned. I mean, yeah, in an ideal world, we wouldn't have to send out the link every single day. But also, I don't want people. We want you guys to be able to come in here. We want you guys to be able to come in here. So, so we've pinned it. You can search the Patreon posts. Yeah, I know. I don't think people realise that, Roger. Cater I've turned off Patreon emails. I just use the Patreon page or app. I go through the links at the start of the week. You see it. Okay, well, maybe we'll do that. the problem in inverted commas is there will still be people that don't get it, and okay, maybe to avoid. Here's what we'll do to try and avoid the emails. I don't want to spam you guys with that. We'll post out on the Sunday the links, and not everyone's linked up to Discord though. That's the problem. That is the goddamn.
Well, look, if you don't find this stuff difficult, as Gigi says, some people do.
Get
if you
lost.
don't, do as Katie has done and disable the emails.
Yeah.
But for everyone else, just having that double reminder, it's
So we do the
what do they
double
call
reminder.
it? Belts and braces for the first couple of months while people get used to it. Although there'll be people joining us all the time.
Yeah, it's complicated getting that. It's complicated. It's tricky to get that balance of hand holding and allowing you to walk yourselves like the beautiful, wonderful creatures that you are. And I don't quite know the best way around it.
Yeah. I'd rather that we be overly helpful than people feel like they've given us money and they don't know how to work it.
Let's see how we get on with the pinned message. And maybe we can direct people to the pinned message. What does tagging do? Okay, I don't know about. I don't really know how to use the tags. I just put in strawberries. I'm a celebrity. I don't know what the point of it is. Is the tagging to make it easier for you guys?
Yeah.
All right, schedule. There we go. Done. Save, please. Should we send an email notifying people about the change? No, we won't. All right, hang on. I have so many Patreon emails a day, but I find them easier to read than the app. My other question is if Discord roles can be linked to Patreon levels. Do you have a restricted channel? Can you have a restricted channel with the links there? Yeah. Well, we do have the £20 and above level. There's only so much you can do to make it easy. Some people just have to man up and figure it out. There's Cock Bongo speaking so much sense. We'll pin the post. I'll forget to pin the post, so remind me to pin the goddamn post. 0203 286 6370. Now, Dave the other day sent us a lovely video of I doxed everyone, but you're behind a paywall, so you're all good. I didn't dox anyone. All I did was dox the person that played that bloody silly bit of music. But Dave sent us this video of the ex-soldier guy with the ducks, and I was doing a piece.
You say you.
Well, you were complicit, so we didn't watch it. But apparently it gets good. So this is.
And also, Dave knows the daughter.
So yeah. Ducks.
Looks like things are going to start to happen. Operation Mallard to start to begin.
Nature is so beautiful.
Tweet.
These birds are stupid.
I can't believe what's happened over the last 18 months nearly now. It's just unbelievable. For an ornithologist like me, a twitcher, it's the perfect scenario.
Chicks seem a lot more active than they were a few minutes ago.
From when I wake up in the morning, I have to sort of tiptoe around the apartment. I check if she's on the nest or not.
Does he mean Lavi?
He's talking about the duck, not his wife.
So here we are, down at ground level.
Here we go.
Chicks in the bucket. Mum's over here.
So I couldn't bring them down in the lift because they couldn't hear their mother. She couldn't hear them. But in a bucket, it's like a megaphone. It just amplifies the sound.
It's more
So
like a speaker,
they could hear
but
her
get your point,
and she could hear them. So it was a win-win situation.
My work here is done.
But then, hang on. 1 year later, Mrs. Mallard has returned to Steve.
Oh,
look,
she
look.
wants the same treatment.
4 weeks ago. Started looking around my balcony. She moved to another planter which has got a lot of grasses in it.
Oh my God.
And decided she was going to nest there.
Oh, that's
We've
magic,
now got
isn't it?
11 eggs. And everything's fine. And we've got about another week to go.
Success. Operation Mallard. Absolute
Still
success.
speaking in military language.
Oh,
Isn't
that's
it?
sweet.
That's sweet, man.
I've got hedgehogs that return every year.
Really?
Yeah, under the playhouse. I only discovered them when I was painting the playhouse, and I could hear. And I thought it was a dog.
They're noisy things.
It was really.
They are so
I
noisy.
thought a dog had got into the back garden and was sniffing around the playhouse, and then I realised it was coming from underneath, and it was the hedgehogs, and they seem to come back every year.
Oh, hang on. Dave, who knows that gentleman, says a different duck has since arrived and has done the same. A different duck. Maybe that's one of the bebes that's grown up.
Yeah. that cute?
That's a bit weird, actually.
No, I like it.
I would put like plastic. With
spikes and
thick
that?
plastic around it, and spikes and electric shocks and things to.
Come on, you're the man who escorted a load of ducks out of a barber's shop the other week.
They were a health hazard. Good morning, Mr. Mike Scott. Welcome to the show, and you're very welcome to the show. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I'm just going to drag that over here. I got some bits and pieces. What was I going to say? Oh, this is it, right? It just dawned on me today.
Yeah.
Because I was feeling a little bit rough yesterday. Feeling a bit resentful. We talked about the resentment around the industry. I'm resentful towards college. It's my last day of year one Thursday, and then we've got a few weeks off.
Right.
I'm so looking forward to it because I am actually now pissed off that none of the lecturers got in touch after last week.
Tell them.
I will tell them. I probably won't. I might tell them if it comes up. I'm a little bit, and I just want to get over the finishing line of the first year, and I've been sent the bill for the second year, and it's like, fuck you. I'm going to do it. I would kick myself if I kind of stopped doing it at this point. So I'm going to finish the second year and qualify, and then we'll see. I don't think I want to do it as a career, but then we'll see. What am I saying? So I'm resentful around college, and I have to go on Thursday, and we do this thing. There's this thing that you do. You're training to be a counsellor. It's called group process, or And what you do is you sit around for an hour in silence. Katherine, I just would like to say that when you look at me like that, and this is totally me, I feel like I'm being judged. And I was wondering if it was possible if you could look at me in a different way, and I wondered how that made you feel hearing that.
Well, I am judging you, but how would you prefer me to look at you?
It's that stuff for an hour, right? And there's 8 people.
Do you ever feel like you have to find something to say?
Yes, and I just hate it, and no one. It's a Mick Cooper line. No one likes navel gazing more than counsellors, and I do think, I'm going to say it, I think it's bollocks. And part of it is two primary reasons for it, as far as I can tell. One is resilience, so that if you've got a client that says, "I think you're a piece of shit," and you can go, okay. And one is resilience, and one is self-awareness and growth. So, but what I said about you staring at me, first of all, that's not true. But what I say about you is actually about me. Mm-hmm. It's about what I feel, and you are invited to respond to that or not, mm-hmm. But me saying, when you look at me like that, I feel judged. That's all about me. And so it's kind of like self-reflection and self-growth and all of that stuff. And I just think it's bollocks. And I can't say what's happened in there because it's private, it's confidential. But, there's been some stuff in there. I just think...
You think they've dragged something up to be able to say something?
Yeah, or just think, stuff has been said to me that was nothing to do with me. It's about someone else. And you just think, I don't give a shit. And so I'm not looking for, and I make up that on Thursdays, some of the group process will be about me walking out last week. And I'm so confident that I owe no one an apology. I did absolutely nothing wrong. I think we talked about this yesterday. I did absolutely nothing wrong, right? And I'm cool with what I did.
Yeah, because you're entitled to remove yourself from a situation that's not doing you any good.
I was self-care.
Yeah.
So that may or may not come up. But here's the thing: if it doesn't come up, I'll be disappointed. If it does come up, I'll be angry. So whatever. So I'm really glad that's coming to an end. I can do with the break. I can't remember what. Oh, so had that, and then I had there was a thing about that. I had counselling yesterday. So yesterday that was it. Yesterday was kind of a tough day for me as well. Different from you, I would say. Maybe not as tough as yours, but a lot of low self-esteem and a lot of hating myself and all of that kind of stuff. And I keep thinking, when do I get a break? When do I get a break? And then it dawned on me today. This is it. This is the break. This is it. There is no break. Everything is relentless. This is it. And you know what I want is I want like 2 weeks off where I don't have to do anything. Okay, but what does that doesn't achieve anything.
You have 2 weeks off worrying about whether there's something to do once you get back.
You may or may not worry. I would suggest that I probably would worry for the last week. But then so what? Then you just pick up where you left off. There is no. This is it. This is it. There is no fundamental change. There is no point when you go, okay, you're done. Enjoy life now.
No, I think that for me, what I need to do is reframe things, because sometimes I'll say, God, I had a really horrible day. And really what happened was I had a tough hour, but I allowed it to colour the rest of the day, right? Referring again to the Glennon Doyle podcasts, she always ends with, when life gets hard this week, and it will, remember we can do hard things. And all you have to do is the next right thing, right? So it's that thing of life is never going to be all perfect, because it doesn't exist, because we're human beings. And if it were plain sailing, we would still find something that we weren't happy with. And because we live alongside other people, we cannot control those influences that happen on our, perception of harmony. So I think we've got to remember to chase the joy.
There's not a lot at the moment.
No.
There's not a lot at
the
moment.
But we had a brilliant Sunday.
Yeah. We saw someone getting blown off in the A41.
We didn't have as good a Sunday as he did. But just claim those moments.
It's so fleeting. This is where my head is at the moment. The joy is so fleeting.
Yeah, but it's there. Got to claim the small victories, right? Claim them. I was awful. Yesterday, I had to have a conversation with my kids, and I said, I'm really sorry I was so grumpy today. It was absolutely nothing to do with you and totally to do with me being tired. But I'm really sorry, and it wasn't fair. And I wish more grown-ups had been that honest with me when I was growing up, because I always tried to fix. And sometimes it's really worth hearing from someone that you look up to and admire that they ballsed it up and they're sorry and they respect you enough to say, I don't want that going on your shoulders. So I'm sorry I was a bit of a dick yesterday.
You weren't a dick to me. You were my friend that was struggling. And I knew there was nothing I could do. I had two simultaneous conversations as well on those chat boxes. One, we've linked, slightly boring technical thing, but Patreon, you can be paid by one of two ways. One is by PayPal, and one is using this service called Payoneer that then goes straight into your bank account.
Oh, God, I saw that, and I saw the transcription, and it was like, what's the point of this?
So I'm chatting for ages, right? So we filled in the Payoneer form, right? And we have to send off all these documents. And there are some documents that from the 23rd of June that still have not been approved. And I had a chat with them last week, and they said it should take 3 days. And I was like, okay. And then I spoke to them yesterday saying, these ones from the 23rd, why have they not been approved? Yeah, they'll be approved. It'll take 3 days to approve. I said, yeah, and there's a lot of going off and checking stuff. And I was very polite. I said, yeah, but, James says, Payoneer. And I said, they said it'll be done by Wednesday. I said, yeah, okay, it's supposed to be 3 days, right? Yeah. Some of those forms were submitted on the 23rd of June. Yeah, it'll be done by Wednesday. I said, yeah, but that'll be 15 days. Yeah. Admittedly, not all working days, but that'll be 11 working days. Yeah, it'll be done by Wednesday. I said, but why is it taking so long? Is there a problem? Well, you only submitted the request Friday. I said, but I submitted the forms on the 23rd. The request was, why haven't you done the thing you were supposed to do in 3 days the first time around?
I saw you wrote, how can I believe that? Having not looked at it for 15 days, you will sort it out now.
So, and then the other conversation happening simultaneously was with Epic Games. So my boys, you may have seen in the Twitch chat, Fortnite Creator Code, King Boys Are Here, right? It's my boys' Epic Creator Code. And Epic have changed from like, I think they call it like System 1 to System 2. And to transfer to System 2, you had to refill in all your details. I thought I had done it. It would appear that I'd missed something out.
Right.
And my son did not see the email saying, you've got 15 days to do this before your account gets closed, right? So the account got closed, right? It was like $75 in there. They're not going to give us that. That's okay. I can afford to give that to the boys, right? But so I went into the chat. I said the account's been closed. It's totally my fault. And it says in the email that I can open a new account. However, when I go to the website, it won't. That option isn't there. Can you help? Certainly, sir. You're soaking wet. Goodbye. Goodbye. Certainly, sir. We'll have a little look. 5 minutes later, come back. Yep, the account's been closed because you did have 60 days and you didn't. I said, yep, no, I admit that. That was my fault. Totally missed it. That's fine. And they said, you can't open the account again. I said, that's fine. I don't want to open the account again.
The second.
I'd like to open a new account. And it says I can in the email, but the option isn't there. Okay, sir, let me go and look at that. Yeah, no, you missed the 60 days. So that creator code account has been closed and we can't open it again. I said, no. I said, look, I get it. It's my fault. My fault. I didn't want to open. I want to open a new one. Okay. Sorry, sir. Let me come back. Yeah, sorry. We can't reopen it. And I said, and then I was dishonest. Then I said, look, I missed it. Right. That was my fault. I had COVID. I was really ill. I just want to open a new account. Please, why can't... And they just went round and round in circles.
Do you think you were talking to a real person?
Yeah, I think so. They said they'd had COVID. Robots don't get COVID. I think it was a real thing. Played the COVID card, Matty. It was just dishonest, but I was angry. And I didn't... That was dishonest of me, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just gone, okay. It's primarily... It was like 60% my fault, 40% my oldest fault for not looking at the... these things happen. But it was that whole thing... No, we can't reopen it. I don't want to reopen.
It's the intransigence about something you're not asking them.
I want to open a new one, which it says I can do in the email. Outrageous behaviour. 0203 286 6370. Oh, by the way, you can still send us post. You want to send us post? Here's the address. TLNA. P.O. Box 1181 Aylesbury, HP 2290E. We are going to get sent... someone sent me an email,
right,
saying we would love, been watching you for a long time. Didn't mention my name. I really enjoy your stream.
Did it say, dear, insert name here?
I'll read the email, right? Because Sean says, does anyone know? Sean, are you in yet?
Rob's on the phone.
Sean, are you in with the? Sean, are you in here? Are you in the room? I've just seen your message. Hello, Rob. Hello, dog.
Hiya, how you doing?
All right, mate. What you got?
I'm struggling to hear today because I'm in the van and driving around. I've got it on audio only, but it keeps cutting out. But brand tub, if no one suggested it.
Brand tub for the fate. A brand tub.
What's a brand tub?
That's like the sandbox.
What, with brand?
Lucky dip. You have like sawdusty stuff in it. Who used to call it a brand tub? And you have little wrapped up gifts in there, and you have to dig around, and you don't know what you're going to get.
What's a brand tub? Do you mean like those plastic things that mums would put cereals in?
A barrel.
What is he?
Why is this difficult language?
I don't understand what he's saying.
It's a tub with a load of sawdust in it.
Yeah, but
I
know how Lucky Dip is.
Yeah.
What?
Well, they called it the brand tub because they were countrified.
I have never heard it called a brand tub.
Yeah.
You children.
Oh, may God bless you, Rob.
They couldn't have luck in his day. They had to have brand.
Do you mean like a beer barrel?
Yeah.
Yeah, a big barrel,
or
a tub.
A big bucket.
And, it was sawdust in my day, but I guess at some point it was bran because they always called it the brand tub.
Are you saying bran or bran?
B-R-A-N.
B-R-A-N. Okay,
Bran.
so we wasn't sure if it's bran or bran.
Could be bran.
Is this...
It's a bit of both, isn't it?
You got your reds, you got your blacks, you got your brands.
Yeah, not around here, mate.
I have never heard of such a thing. Okay, so I've got snot on my hands. That's what I'm doing there.
Oh, lucky dip then, is it?
So we okay. Have you got one?
Well, it's a bucket. There's only like half a dozen of you in there. It's not
why didn't you just say a bucket?
A lucky bucket.
Because it's called. Because I thought you'd know what a brand tub was, coming from Slough and round there, you know.
I've never heard of a brand tub. Okay.
I can almost guarantee that anyone I know in my family, if you said brand tub, they would know exactly what you meant.
Okay, all right. Well, Gadzook seems to understand you. I don't know if anybody else does.
Well,
all
I
right, Rob,
apologise.
we were looking to get in a brand tub. Thank you.
And also, does anyone know how to keep the YouTube streaming on a phone when you're not watching it? Because it goes into like that suspend mode and it cuts out all the time.
Oh, now there has to be a way. That's a really good question. I know a lot of people. I know this is one of the.
Because I used to audio only on Twitch. But
Yeah, I know, and YouTube is a bit crap for not doing that. If anyone knows, Rob, keep listening. If anyone knows,
I'll do my best.
We'll do your best. Thank you, Rob. Get YouTube Premium. No, don't pay for it. You can't do it, says James. Oh God.
What?
YouTube is brilliant and is so much better than Twitch in so many ways, but it's also a little bit shonky in so many ways. So I apologise.
The general consensus, I'm afraid, Rob, if you're still listening, unless it's shut down again, is that it's a YouTube Premium feature.
Right. Sean says, good morning, Sean. I'm in the room, but unable to chat or see chat because I'm on the mobile browser. Right. I'm going to go to the mobile browser. I'm going to see if I can see.
Oh, adverts.
I can see chat, Sean. I can see chat. This is it on my mobile.
You putting it sideways so it goes big picture, and then
Chat is still there on sideways big picture. So shut up. So Sean, shut up, man. Not you, Sean. So sorry, sir. Me. So I don't know what to suggest.
have you pressed something?
Right, hang on a minute. I want to read this. Let me read this. Toby, I'm just keeping. Thank you, Toby. I appreciate your kind words. Right, hang on a minute. So I want to find this email of. Where is it? Here we go. From eColor. Hi, Iain Lee. Oh, there's a put something in there. It's in my email. Hope you have an amazing day.
Gosh.
My name is Stella from eColor Lighting Technology. I have been personally following you for a while and really enjoy your content. Your videos are interesting and include many different content.
Oh, so many. I liked all the things.
But do you remember we got loads of these emails and we told them to F off some of them.
Or
And then we realised
that
some of them were real.
Yeah.
This is how we got the Rocks gig, how we got the Raid thing. We told F off. And then we realised we were real.
When he says we told him to F off, it just means we binned them.
Some of them one of them I told to F off. Sean, let us know if you make it into the chat. I'm reaching out to you because I have two products I think your audience would appreciate. Would you like to test and review them? 16.5-foot smart strip light, Bluetooth and remote, adjustable brightness and music sync.
Oh.
2 16-foot strip lights, music
16
sync.
feet?
Yeah. Room decor energy saving. I think they're kind of the similar thing. I can provide a free sample for you to review. And could you provide me the video review about the product and add its link in the thing? Thanks for your time, Stella. I wrote back going, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. The PO box address, you see.
Yes.
Thanks for your address. I will send the product for you today. When you receive the product, please tell me. So it's one of those strip lights that everyone has, and you can do it remote control.
Nice.
And it's free.
Nicer.
So we're gonna do that. So that'll be good. Oh, Matthew wants to add.
Oh, look at this! Bruce Lee's daughter speaking out. Really tired of
Shannon
people holding forth and being experts on her dad.
Well, okay, hang on a second. I know a lot about Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee's daughter has spoken up to say she finds Quentin Tarantino's take on her father exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm really effing tired of white men in Hollywood trying to tell me who Bruce Lee was. Shannon wrote in Hollywood Reporter in response to the director's comments about her dad made on Joe Rogan's Spotify podcast. Where I'm coming from is
Joe Rogan the bell end?
Yeah.
Who's the nice guy with the glasses? Mark Moran.
Mark Moran, yeah.
Moran.
Moran?
Mark Moran.
Moran. Where I'm coming from is I can understand his daughter having a problem with it.
Who's saying this?
Effing father. I get that. He's going to tell you in a minute. If you just hold fire, I'm just reading you the article.
Okay, all right.
It's her effing father. I get that. But anybody else? Go suck a D. The 58-year-old auteur told Rogan.
Auteur.
Yeah.
You said auteur.
Auteur.
It's auteur. Don't make me. Please don't make me.
Please don't correct me.
Please be
I
right.
don't respect your authority.
Please be right.
No. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to be me wrong. And I'm going to be wronger because I will not take your direction.
You have got
Auteur.
fewer things right than me.
Well done. It is fewer.
I know it is.
For the first
You
time.
don't need to tell me. I know.
Well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I would be proud of you if you said auteur correctly.
Auteur.
You thought oral was pronounced aural.
And I'll continue to pronounce it how I
You
want.
continue to pronounce it
Told
incorrectly. I'm going to make a
Rogan
gif of you
in response
saying something wrong.
to months of backlash about his controversial depiction of the late actor in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. While I'm grateful that Mr. Tarantino has so generously acknowledged to Joe Rogan that I may have feelings about his portrayal of my father, I'm also grateful for the opportunity to express this, Lee posted on Friday. You know she's about to open up a can of whoop-ass. I am tired of hearing from white men in Hollywood that he was arrogant and an a-hole when they have no idea and cannot fathom what it might have taken to get work in 60s and 70s Hollywood as a Chinese man with, God forbid, an accent or try to express an opinion on set as a perceived foreigner and a person of colour.
Love it.
I am tired of white men in Hollywood mistaking his confidence, passion and skill for hubris.
This is great.
And therefore finding it necessary to marginalise him and his contributions. I am tired of white men in Hollywood finding it too challenging to believe that Bruce Lee might have really been good at what he did and maybe even knew how to do it better than them.
Yes, mate.
And in Tarantino's case, she wrote, he never met her father. Still, the director happily dressed the bride in a knockoff of my father's yellow jumpsuit and the crazy 88s in Kato-style masks and outfits for Kill Bill, which many saw as a love letter to Bruce Lee. But love letters usually address the recipient by name, and from what I could observe at the time, Mr. Tarantino tried interestingly to avoid saying the name Bruce Lee as much as possible back then. In conclusion...
Welcome, Sean, by the way. I'm glad you made it.
She tells Tarantino, while I really don't care if you like him or not, in the interest of respecting other cultures and experiences you may not understand, I would encourage you to take a pass on commenting further about Bruce Lee and reconsider the impact of your words in a world that doesn't need more conflict and fewer cultural heroes.
Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Shannon Lee. Shannon Lee. Wow, that's brilliant.
So good.
That is brilliant.
So good.
Well done. Fantastic. We missed a couple of calls. I'm going to try Matty. I don't know if this isn't our Matty. Well, it's all Matties are our Matties. Doesn't Matty. Hey there, Matty.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, you?
Trying to read the book. So you've got Lee Evans, Michael McIntyre. So this guy likes comedy.
Mythos. Oh, right. Stephen Fry. I've read that.
Oh, you're looking at my book collection.
Johnny Cash. Yes, man. The Filmmaker's Handbook.
And jelly beans.
What's that remote control? That looks like it might be the same remote control as it was for the lights we're going to get.
Yes. I've got lights right there, but there's no battery in it at the moment.
Oh, man.
Let's
end this call immediately. I love those fancy controls. It looks like they do so much, and really, it's very, very little. Hey, Matty, nice to see you. How's life?
Life is good. I've got an idea. The crockery smash.
The what? Sorry?
Crockery smash for the Fate.
What's a crockery smash?
You never been to a crockery smash where you get there and you throw the balls at all the crockery.
No, I haven't. But it's
whoa.
gone. Kath, can you bring some plates?
No.
We'll get some cheap crockery on eBay.
You just chuck the things at you just smash those
so
crockery.
You got like cricket balls or something.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you chuck them at plates. And the point of this is
mindless destruction.
Yeah, just you get a chance to chuck a bunch of crap at some plates.
I love the way you kind of just tailed off there as you realised it was pointless, but also so much fun. I think you know our kids are gonna. Kids, you want to go and smash some plates in the back garden?
Yes,
we just did that instead of nothing else.
Exactly.
All right, that's happening then. We'll get some cheap crockery, and we'll. Everyone in the chat is loving it. Paul says charity shop crockery. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly. Or just not the posh stuff, obviously.
Well, not the posh stuff.
We'll get some Dead Man's
Matty,
Crocs.
God, no. Dead Man's Crocs. What?
Crockery from the charity shop.
Crocs are shoes. Dead Man's shoes.
They are not shoes.
She's on fire today, right?
I don't mind Crocs as long as you are working in either an abattoir or a butcher's shop. The rest, or a surgery.
I don't get why surgeons need Crocs.
Because it could get messy.
But the blood will still get on your socks then. If there's holes in it.
You're not wearing socks.
So
you're
the
just
blood
going to hose those bad boys down afterwards.
You want the dead man's blood on your feet? Is that what you're saying now?
They shouldn't be dead. should be cured. Anyway, continue. Nice. Thanks for bringing that one up, Matty.
I have another thing.
Go on,
like
I
a
love
slightly
it.
more serious thing.
Okay. There's a crockery shortage in the world, and we should be soft. This is the point he's making.
It's true.
He's doing
Wasteful.
He's doing that guy that did the Yop thing, Leo McKern. What was his name?
I don't know.
You do,
and you don't either.
Okay.
Yacht guy. Oh, yeah, I saw that on your tweet.
Yep. It doesn't matter. It's not your responsibility to think
Right.
of it, Matty. Away you go.
So I'm a millennial snowflake, obviously.
Well
Man
done.
the F up!
I need to man the F up, and I do therapy. I started therapy like a few months ago, and it's really good. Doing good stuff. I've got a good therapist. I got it from the BACP website, so I'm doing it like privately. But like one time, a few sessions ago at the start, we always go the hi, how are yous, and I could tell that he was a bit flustered.
Oh. Is this in person or on Zoom?
This is on Zoom, so we
Okay.
only do like Zoom ones.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm really annoyed about the government and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Because I'm kind of, I agree. I'm really frustrated with the government and stuff. And he was like, I know some people who are ill, and I think they're ill because of the vaccine.
Oh, God.
And he sort of started sharing stuff about masks causing more harm than they're saving. And I'm like, well, this is a bit conflicting, because this is, my therapist who I've been spending, he's been really, really helpful. And it seems that he's an anti-vaxxer or anti-mask as well. And it's a little bit...
How did you feel in that conversation? I have two questions. One is, how did you feel in that conversation? And the second one is, do you feel that you were able to express your opinion in that conversation?
Well, I kind of like, I shifted it. Like, I did feel uncomfortable, like, because it's something I'm pretty, like, part of an issue I have is like any issues with opinions and stuff like that. So I would like, part of the reason I wanted therapy is so I could stop getting so angry about things like that.
So you are kind of, you don't like conflict.
Yeah. Very conflict averse.
Which is absolutely fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you twist? Are you suggesting that you then kind of, hey, I don't like masks and all of that crap, and you kind of went, well, yeah, but it's nice weather we're having. Was it that kind of?
Yeah, exactly. I just was like, oh, yeah. Anyway, and then I sort of like just moved on. I did later on send, like, after that session, I sent an email saying, like, that let's not talk about that. Like, I feel like I should have I should have done something a bit more direct, because I'm still quite good at like going around it, and then the rest of the session was still quite good. But at the same time, I'm just sitting there like, well, when I do want to talk about it, and the fact that, I do have concerns about the whole thing that's going to be, everything's going to be stopping, people might not be wearing masks. And like, I want to continue wearing masks. I like wearing my mask. It's a kind of a way of also strangely feeling more confident in some ways.
A lot of people have said that, yeah.
And now I feel like I can't really discuss that with my therapist.
Several things. First of all, well done for emailing him. That's great, and that's you kind of reclaiming a little bit of that back. You said you feel you should have done it in the session. There's no should, Thirdly, the moment he said, I'm pissed off with the government, that was way out of order. That's crossing the line. That is crossing the line. Even if he'd said something that you agree with, that's irrelevant to that session. Someone in the chat said he's made the session about him.
Yeah.
He shouldn't, he should be present in the session, but he shouldn't bring his beliefs and politics to the session. You could go in and, go on a real racist rant, right? And he should be able to, maybe sounds like he might agree with it, but he should be able to go, okay, that's interesting. Why do you think like that? And not come back and go, you're bang out of order. He then has to take any resentment he feels towards you to his supervisor and say, I got this guy who's a racist and it really makes me, you should be able to say anything you want to say in that room comfortably. It's a place of non-judgment, of unconditional positive regard and empathy, right? So the moment he said, the beginning of that sentence. That's it. He's crossed the line and he's smashed that. And I would wonder how you feel about carrying on working with him.
Yeah, I'm all about like writing out emails that I might not ever send.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of that, like just writing stuff that purely might be in my mind, and I have written out like a full "I want to stop," like kind of seeing you kind of thing, email. At the moment we are on like a 2-week break, but I kind of it's really difficult because
and it's private as well. You said you're paying for it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Do you want to see him? Do you want to see him again? Knowing what he thinks politically, and also knowing how he behaved in a session. There's two kind of big separate things there.
Yeah, like I am definitely conflicted because he is good for the other things. Like he's been really, really good at the another issue I have, but at the same time, I there is a bit now where I feel like, well, I basically can't go to him about anything about the pandemic. You know, if I'm having any anxiety over that, which I feel like. Well, that's kind of
quite a big one at the moment, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's
not the best.
I would never tell you what to do. I mean, in my head, I know what I would do. But I would suggest if you feel you can't be 100% you in that, because therapy is about trust. And if you can't be 100% you, if you're self-censoring, that isn't the right place for you to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ethically, he's crossed a huge ethical line, and if the BACP knew about that, he would be in a lot of trouble, right? I'm saying that you may want to report him, you may not want to report him. That's absolutely. I'm not suggesting you should, but that it goes against the BACP ethical guidelines. But
sure.
Also, it's damaging to you, man.
Well, look, you've done you're doing all this work now around something that he put in the room.
Yeah. I mean, it's. Especially when we discussed that I'm conflict averse, and I knew, like, I could feel because I've never ever actually encountered someone who is anti-mask and anti-vax, and that was the first time I've had that, and you don't expect it to be with your therapist. And again, I've spoken to people and they're like, wait, the therapist is not meant to share any of their own opinions on anything.
No.
And I just remember, I remember early on when I was talking about being on a train and there being, like people not wearing masks, and I just remember him like, I think there was another thing where he gave me a website that I can't remember the name of, but now I think about it, it might have been it was something that was meant to be facts or whatever. About it was meant to be about like statistics or something like that. But by what I remember, now I think about it, I can't remember for the life of me what website it was, but it's like, was this some sort of strange, maybe alt-right website that might not have everything skewed?
You can say no to this. Would you be interested in hearing what I would do?
Yes, absolutely.
I would never see him again. I would cancel immediately. Not. Please don't think this is me saying this is what I think you should do. It's not at all. This is what I would do.
Absolutely.
I would never see. I would cancel him immediately, and never see him again.
Mm-hmm.
I would consider and probably end up sending an email saying why, and I would report him to the BACP.
Okay.
Is what I would do.
Sure.
And I hope that isn't. You don't in any way go away going, maybe that's. Just what I would do, and what you do is up to you. Whatever you do is right, but I would say we can't feel uncomfortable with our therapists. We have to be able to trust them completely.
Yeah.
The woman I work with, I can say anything to her, and even if I don't know if she agrees or not. I said we talked about group process, and I said to her, "It's bollocks, isn't it?" I said, "Come on, you know it's bollocks," and she sort of laughed, and I went. Come on, I'm seeing. And she went, well, it can be challenging, Iain. And that's what I want, I think he's behaved appallingly, and I hope that you're okay, you're able to recover from that.
Yeah. For me, it's also about the being really like, I'm having a real fear of conflicts, and just the idea of sometimes sending this email is just going to be like, I don't want him to like ring me up, like.
There's a few things I can suggest. You don't need conflict. You don't need to tell him if you don't want. You can just say, I would like to stop our sessions as of immediately. You don't need the conflict. If you do send the email explaining it why, you can block his number. You hear his voice. You can hang up. And I totally get the conflict thing. And even hearing his voice, that could be triggering. You do not have. You can say to him, for my own health, I don't want you to contact me anymore. And it's tough. Of course, it's tough. But you don't have to go down the conflict route if you don't want to.
Sure. Yeah.
But I would, if you choose. Also, you're paying for it, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Even on the NHS, but you're paying for it. But I would suggest if you do go for another counsellor, you take that in there with them and say, I had this. And I think you'll be surprised that the other counsellor goes, will say, that's not normal. That's weird. Also, it sets up that relationship with that counsellor that you ain't interested in discussing politics, before or after the sessions. That should never happen anyway. But that is a legit thing that you can take to another counsellor and say, I had this and I felt this and it, and I don't like and all of those things that you've said to us. Those are legitimate complaints that can fuck you up. It's not a light matter.
That's a huge breach of your boundaries and your trust in it.
Yeah.
Huge.
100%.
And it's not to be taken lightly, that. It's not to be taken lightly.
Thank you for telling us, Matty. I wonder if it was difficult for you to tell us, or maybe it was easy to tell us because we're strangers or with these characters on the thing. How was it you telling us?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I've been preparing to kind of phone up because I kind of have a phoning anxiety as well.
Oh, welcome to my world.
since like 10 o'clock. And I think obviously because you're doing counselling training, aren't you? So I thought that would be quite good to get your side from that regard. Just to have another side of view, I guess.
Do you feel do you feel slightly more comfortable now that you have heard what we've had to say, and that we're not going, so what? It was just free speech. You can say, that we've told you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Matty. I appreciate it can be tough to call in. If you wanted to, I say this as well, if people just want to phone in, just phone in with the phone. You don't have to use the Skype. Some people find Skype easier, harder. I get both sides of it. I wish you the best of luck. What has happened to you is awful. That's an awful thing that person did. And however whatever way you choose to go, it's totally the right way, and I respect your choices.
Sure, thank you.
Don't give up. I would suggest counselling can work. I'm doing it.
Well, it sounds like it was working.
Yeah, it can.
It was,
work.
that was the problem.
But one horrific incident can put people off for years, and I hope this doesn't put you off.
No, I don't think it will, but thank you.
Thank you, Matty.
Take care, Matty.
Take care, mate.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Get a battery in those lights. That's insane.
That's a shitty thing to do, isn't it?
Did you see what Lorraine posted in the chat?
Yeah.
If you hope you don't, well, you've posted in the chat, Lorraine, so I'm going to assume you're okay with me reading it. Went to a counsellor for trauma from child sexual abuse. Walked in one day and he said, "You're looking sexy today." Felt like smacking him in the chop. It's chops, but
it would be the wrong thing to say, whatever you were there for.
That's incredible. There are some really shit counsellors. I mean, and inappropriate ones. And I do think, and I'm really sorry you went through that. I do think there's a problem with shagging, with counsellors, both ways, but primarily men with vulnerable women, who are unable to have that boundary there, and misinterpret stuff and all of that. And it's nuts, man. No. It's nuts.
But you can't have a conversation about the most intimate parts of your life with someone who has that agenda. You can't.
Lulu. Sorry, I always go. Confuse me, Lorraine. Lulu. Sorry, Catherine. Go on.
No, but that's ruined. That's ruined. And this is what's beautiful, right, about being behind the paywall now. In the past, we would have had a 5-minute conversation about why you were trying to silence that guy's freedom of speech. He could think whatever he wants. Yeah, he can. When he's not paying for it, and when the object of the exercise is not somebody else's well-being and their ability to speak freely.
That was Matty by the Sea. Okay, I'm starting to link it all up now. We've got new names. We've got different names because of the Twitch and stuff. But yeah, you're right. On Twitch, it would have been.
We'd have had that conversation.
What's
with
wrong? What's wrong with that? Your masks are dangerous. Deb says my counselling course is made up of 7 men and 6 women. Very unusual. Yes, it was. That's outrageous.
It's good.
It is good. I'm the only man, and it's all it's women teachers so far. I have a friend who's doing a course, and it's the same thing. It's we missed a call from James. Let's call James back. We get some. This is some good calls today, man. Let's turn that ding dong down. Hello, James.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. What you got for us?
I'm well. I've solved YouTube and how to stream it. Sorry, my voice is still crappy. I'm coming out the other side of COVID.
How you feeling, man?
I don't sound. It was a bit of a bitch for a week. Sorry, I shouldn't say bitch. It's a bit of a bitch or bastard, depending on your choice of.
You could call it a C. It was a real C.
It really was. It's the second time I've had it as well, which isn't fair, especially because I've taken every precaution going as well. But, yeah, it hasn't been fun. Slightly better after one jab, but still not nice.
No, not nice. Well, I hope you get well soon.
Thank you. So I've solved the YouTube conundrum of how to stream YouTube without getting premium.
Talk to me.
Because I did lie earlier.
This is for the benefit of Rob, dog walking dude.
And no one else. No one else must listen to this. Please put your fingers in your ears.
This is nothing to do with you.
Please. Thank you. James.
Plus, if it doesn't work, you'll probably just lose all your listeners in one go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just make notes. So what you can do is you open up your browser, open up YouTube or the link in your preferred browser, whatever it might be.
Yes.
Open the desktop version of the browser, and then it will open in a pop-up window. You can close that pop-up window and then pull the little kind of phone blind down, the thing that comes down when you drag your thumb from the top to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And then it'll open the little
phone
media
blind
player.
thing. That's a great
I know exactly
way.
what you mean.
That's a great way of describing it. The phone blind.
Sorry,
The thing that sometimes shuts down when you're trying to actually just sort out the colour or whatever.
I don't think you have that on iPhones. I think it's an Android thing, the phone blind. I don't remember having that. Anyway, carry on. So we pulled the phone blind down.
So you pull the phone blind down, and then it will just be there as a little media player, and then you can play to your heart's content, and you don't have to have your browser open or YouTube open.
Could you now type that up, post it in 4 different Discord channels, post it on Patreon, and then post it to some direct messages when people don't notice that Patreon post? Could you do that for us, please?
I appreciate it.
I'll try when I feel better. Oh, and last but not least as well, I'll accept your apology about Tomorrow War. It was crap, wasn't it?
What apology? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Mate, James?
COVID affects
James?
your perception sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it affects your manners. It affects your goddamn manners, you piece of trash. I can't stop thinking about Matty's call. That's gonna sit with me today. That's gonna sit with me today.
It's just a demonstration of the responsibility and trust that you have in that role.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do it as a job. I don't think I want to do it as a job.
Okay.
You do it. Look, let's do it. This is it. All right. So you got to sit there.
Who's getting done now? Me?
Hello,
Are you
Catherine?
doing me now?
Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
We've got an hour. It's a safe place to talk about anything you want to talk about. What would you like to bring into today's session?
Are you filming me?
Why do you think you're being filmed? I don't know if I'm going to be bothered about that. I spoke to someone.
Yeah.
And she said, listen, just do what you got to do in there. And then, because I've had some therapists that are a bit more hands-on. Chip was a bit more hands-on in that he would, and this is kind of frowned upon, but actually I quite like it. He was coming from AA. And this person I spoke to is also, in AA you get suggestions and stuff, and I kind of like that of, well, okay, what do you want to leave her or not? Let's have a look at what the pros and cons of either. That kind of vibe. And this person I'm speaking to has a similar background and said, look, just do what you got to do. keep your head down. You know, say nothing when you want to say something, and then when you come out, then you can start developing your own style. You know, and there are schools of thought. But what happened to Matty is completely out of line. But I don't know if I want to do it, Kath.
Okay. Well, you don't have to decide yet, do you?
No, I don't have to decide yet, do I?
Or we could talk through the possibilities if you sack it off. I've lost you. Where have you gone?
Sorry, what did you say? I'm deeply dip about getting. Just looking. Okay, right. Let's do it. Let's do this. What's the show? What's going on? Where are we? Oh, I got some. Here we go. This is some life. We got some life here. Woman doesn't stop builders who turn up at wrong house, but says she'll pay. Well, that's that story. They put too much of the story in the goddamn headline.
They do. But it's not the person that writes it that makes the headline, so it's infuriating.
Jackie says, I knew a counsellor who put their wet clothes on a radiator in the room, so when the client sat down, wet pants and socks were directly in their eye line.
Oh, no, why?
Man alive. The room is... What I've noticed as well, what I finally picked up is, if you're doing it on Zoom, you need a plain back. I couldn't use this Zoom.
It's too
when I was seeing Chip, he had pictures, and then after a couple of sessions, he just had a black. He hung up a black, like blanket or something on the wall. And the person I see, plain wall. You can't have anything that says something. Supposing they see, you know, a Beatles record, and you know, something happened around the. You know what I mean? That's slightly telling you something. But they might see someone could see something that is a trigger to them. Things that I think are nothing is a trigger. Chloe Fontaine, 2 ends, 3 ends if you add them all up together.
In total, yeah.
Has got. By the way, someone mentioned horror movies. I posted on Twitter. My 9-year-old saw Poltergeist. It's the right level of scary. Any more recommendations for a 9-year-old? So loads of people said American Werewolf in London, right? A woman suggested, and I jokingly went, reported. What? Why? What do you mean? I said, it's a joke, but there's no way I'm showing that to a 9-year-old.
It's very bloody, isn't it?
It's very sexy. It's very bloody. I remember seeing that when I was about 12 or 13, and I still have nightmares about the dream scene where the people burst into his house with guns. I still have nightmares about that now.
Paul Twist makes a good suggestion, Gremlins.
It's not a horror film. It's
well,
not a scary
for them
film.
it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes.
It's not a scary film. It's a stupid puppet film. It's like a Muppet movie. It's like bloody dark.
Yeah, but they can't go for the throat.
It's like dark. I mean, I've only ever seen Gremlins 2. I've never seen the first one.
I found it quite
Ghost
frightening.
Watch. I'm not showing them Ghost Watch. Dead Again. Oh, that's rubbish. Dead Again is the one with Branagh and Thompson, where he talks like an American accent and we're reincarnated. She's reincarnated. There's also the scene with Jenny Agutter in the shower. I ain't showing that to a 9-year-old. That's private. That's for dads. For dads' eyes onlys. Chloe Fontaine has gone viral on TikTok after claiming a group of builders turned up at her house unannounced and started renovating her back garden. She has no plans to stop them. A homeowner on TikTok has documented the moment a group of builders turned up to her home. She was relaxing at home when workmen showed up with a huge truck filled with rocks. But while you'd expect her to run outside and put a stop to the unplanned reno...
No, come on, we're not. I mean, we're not shortening that.
Because that says Reno now.
Yeah.
That's Reno now.
It could be a typo. This might have been written by a child.
Okay.
Because this isn't real... This isn't journalism, is it? Googling stuff on
Taking
TikTok.
to TikTok, Chloe shared a series of clips from the moment the workmen turned up. Okay, well, let's have a little look.
You at the wrong house! You at the wrong house!
Hang on, she's saying they're at the wrong house.
Oh, no! Oh, this is a big mess up.
Sorry, I thought the story was that she then got the work done. Instead, it's her just standing there.
There's a series of TikToks. Look, wrong house, part 4.
This is a big mess up, James.
Yeah, you're just watching it. Just go out and go, whoa. I had a fella deliver a wrong package to me, and I ran down the road going, mate, it's the wrong address. Wrong address.
You didn't film it and go, oh, wrong.
Wrong.
You got it wrong.
Got it wrong. We got it wrong. Oh, is that it?
You at the wrong house! You at the wrong house! Oh, no, you at the wrong house!
I don't know if Lost Boys is scary, man.
Oh, yes, it is.
This is a big mess up.
Okay, maybe Lost Boys.
I love the vampire film. That's a scary one. Fright Night, or is that too sexy?
No, Fright Night. I think we might. Someone suggested Fright Night. I had it down to Fright Night, and what was the other one that someone suggested? And I thought, yeah, that might do it. Oh, Saw 2.
What?
No, Fright Night, and we had another one that someone had suggested. There's a lot of boobage in American Werewolf. There's filth. It's a great movie, but you've got the wrong house. Chloe can be heard saying from behind her closed door. In a follow-up, Chloe added, well, they're at the wrong house, but I'm not going to stop them because I'd love to have free concrete or a deck. I don't believe this story.
Nah.
Because you have plans and stuff, right? And also they'd knock on the door. They don't just start.
Yeah.
In part 3, the TikToker confessed she had no plans to tell the builder she had not ordered the work until whatever they were doing was complete. I'm going to tell them when they're done. I want whatever they're doing down, and then I'm going to be the wrong house.
Okay, so they're here now, but obviously they're not finished, and there's no way I'm telling them. I'm going to tell them when they're done. I want whatever they're doing down, and then I'm going to be like, wrong house.
Right.
Bullshit.
Come on, man. This is like some of my kids' YouTubers. This is Adam B. He's a nice guy. It looks fun, but you think...
Also, if the idea is to claim that she's not paying for it because they got the wrong house, it won't stand up. She's had so many opportunities to rectify the problem.
A lot of these YouTubers, it's so fake.
Yeah.
And you know, Adam B walking around dressed as Slender Man. And okay, we get it. We get it.
Okay, update number 4. Like I said, I do not know if this is going to be concrete or a deck. It's a complete surprise because they're at the wrong house, right?
Okay, no.
So if you...
They would have had a phone call, right? What is this, day 4? Yeah. They'd have had a phone call from the right house.
Well, this is TikTok 4. We
the
don't
right
know.
house
They know
existed.
they're fast workers.
Know what this is going to be. It's all stone. Let me know.
Ragdoll cat.
Sorry to tell you what you're doing is illegal. However, not everyone on TikTok believed Chloe.
No. Because some of them were over the age of 10.
Oh, we've fallen for it, and we just plugged her and her made up lies. That woman is a made up liar, for God's sakes, telling porcupines. People like that are trash. Just wondering if we had an email back about the. I've got Thorpe Park. Excuse me. To be about the live show. If you're £20 and above, get that ticket quick because it's going to go, man. I had another one. There we go. Man. Well, Jesus, listen to this. Man claims it's impossible to die at Disney World, but gets quickly debunked. A man who says he's an ex-Disney World employee uploaded a video to TikTok stating you cannot die at Disney World if you wanted to. But the urban myth has already previously been proved false. We're breeding a whole world of idiots. The urban myth has already previously been proved false. Well, actually, unless someone's been shot in Disneyland and died, how do you prove it?
People will have died.
I hate people.
Yeah, older people go there. There's a lot of thrills and spills.
Disney parks are well known to be billed as the happiest places on earth unless you work there or unless you went to the one in France and you were served food there. Where dreams really do come true. If your dream is to be served small portions of food at high prices by a pissed off French person. So it would really put...
I was in France when they were making the bid for Disneyland.
Oh, yeah.
And they both wanted it and didn't want it.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, right? And when they got it, it was like...
Did we put in a bid for it?
Yes, I think there was a bid for it in London, yeah.
But then the compromise was, it'll be in Paris, so you guys can go over there quite easily.
Yeah, it's like when we do a show and people say, I'm in London, I'm not coming to Luton.
Imagine Disneyland in the UK. That would be awful.
God.
Disney parks are well known to be billed as the happiest places on earth. No, it's the A41.
Just a particular spot.
Where dreams by the way, we finish in about 5 minutes. You can call in. We finish at 12 today. You can call in when we're talking. You know this. That. Where dreams really come true. So it'll put a dampener on everyone's day if someone died. It's a big park. You wouldn't really know. But now a man who says he's an ex-Disney World employee has fueled a bizarre conspiracy theory that it's actually impossible to die at Disney. And although the urban myth has been proven to be false, it still makes for a wild ride.
So what it's saying is, this is clearly bull, but we are going to give you a page of it anyway because we need to fill this website.
A viral video posted by whatever has been watched more than... Well, you know that one of the clickbait news stories now is a place in the sun. They've just discovered a place in the sun. So every day there'll be a story about a place in the sun, couple leaving the presenter fuming and shocked by not putting a bid in or whatever. But that's just par for the course. That's P for the C.
Because you know what they say at the end of that? They goes, we've given them all the details so they can pursue it at their leisure.
Does anybody at the end of Come Dine With Me go to the recipe page? I bet that page never gets used. Or the one on...
Just like the place in the sun where you can go and look at the villa yourself if you fancy it. By the time it comes out, it's probably gone anyway.
He captioned the clip, Disney does not play, you cannot die at Disney World if you wanted to. Speaking in front of a picture which he shows his younger self working there, he makes the bold claim, no one has ever or will ever die inside of a Disney park or property. It's the happiest place on earth and you can't have your guests dying
Do
there.
you think he is being literal here?
Oh, are they saying that are they saying, is he saying that people die but it gets hushed up? Is that what he's saying?
No, I think he's saying that it's impossible because they take such great care of the guests. And I think he was being extra about it. And of course, when you say something extra or with a tongue anywhere near your cheek online, you'll get people going, well, I think you'll find in 1984 somebody died.
No, here we go. It is recalling the super hot day the photo was taken. He says a man had collapsed at the park and the emergency services were called while... Oh, I can't open you, Jim. Why can't I open you? Yeah, we get this sometimes. It's buggered. I'll try and call you in a minute. They were doing CPR on him, trying to revive him. No luck. It was 15 minutes before they finally got through to... Why might the phone stop working? All right, let me just close Skype. Can you read the rest of that, please?
Yeah. I was like, this guy's dead. Why are they still trying to bring him back? And the manager was like, no one dies in Disney World. So it's like no one puts baby in the corner. I'm sure baby was... Was she in the corner? She had been in the corner, so someone had put baby in the corner at some point. I think it's just Americans doing Americans. Talking American. And like being American about stuff. Like, I am not going to permit this to happen. Anyway.
Sorry, guys.
The manager was like, no one dies at Disney World. Everyone is resuscitated or attempted into resuscitation until they're off the property. And then they're formally declared dead.
There we go.
Or maybe it's not a baby in the corner moment. Maybe it's she's not in the corner on Kellerman's, but when she's out of Kellerman's, she's always in the corner.
Why can't I can call James. I can't call Pete. Or anyway, but apparently it's not true.
It said that due to protocols carried out by paramedics and the size of the park, which requires a helicopter to transport people to hospital as quickly as possible, it's very unlikely people would be pronounced dead within the park, regardless of how the Walt Disney Company felt about the matter.
Pete and Jim, for some reason, I just can't call you.
So you can't... What it looks like is then you can't be recorded dead at Disney. That doesn't mean you don't die there.
Yeah, exactly. This is bullshine. Everything is bullshine. I'm just going to end this task one more time. I'm just going to try Skype one more time. I don't know why. I just...
Do you know about Wally Funk?
I know about Harry Monk.
When Wally Funk launches into space later this month aboard Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, she will be 82, the oldest astronaut ever.
Oh, I heard. Oh, is it Jeff Bezos? I thought she was doing the Richard Branson one.
No, she's with Bezos. She was nearly the youngest though. The New Mexico native was 22 when she joined the Mercury 13 program, and a group of intrepid women who back in 1961 underwent the same training as the Mercury 7, NASA's
You're like this. It's about space,
crew
Pete.
Of original astronauts. The women were never allowed to go into space though, and hardly written about. It was a pioneering program that they obviously didn't bother with.
Yeah.
Sue Nelson, a UK science writer, broadcaster and author of the 2019 book Wally Funk's Race for Space. Sounds like a Disney film. The extraordinary story of a female aviation pioneer, spoke with Funk after her trip plans were made public this week by Bezos.
Be careful how you say that.
She said, "I waited a lifetime, honey." Nelson told the Post, New York Post, adding that Funk will be representing Mercury 13 when she heads into space. She told me, "I'm going up for all of them." She knows the significance. Mercury 13 program lasted a year, was privately funded because
there we go.
They couldn't be bothered.
Hello, Peter.
Hello. Yes, the Disneyland thing. Yes, so the claim is that it's Disney policy that nobody is allowed to be declared dead.
Right.
On the premises. It's obviously it's not something that they sort of talk about. It is something that multiple sort of staff members have confirmed that it seems to be a policy, or at least it seems to be a common thing that people say, that staff members say is a policy. Obviously, it's not something that has been kept to it. You know, there are recorded declared deaths on Disney property.
Name one.
I mean,
Name
there was
one.
Well, I'm looking now. There was a 1984 plane crash in the Epcot parking lot.
Well,
Which
hang
obviously,
on a minute. Well, that's the car park doesn't count. Next.
It's Disney property, mate.
No. It's not Disneyland or World. Next.
In July 2018, a Disney worker died in the backstage area by Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Excuse me, where are you getting this information from?
This is the Snopes.com fact check.
Okay, fake news. The internet.
Who do they call in? Doc or Grumpy? No,
Come on. We're laughing about.
He's not a real doctor.
It's
not a real doctor.
Dead dad. I mean, Jesus.
Okay, so there is a grain of something.
There's a grain of something, and as I think you said, you know, there is, you know, paramedics generally continue their efforts until the patient's at hospital. So
I would hope they would do. That's their goddamn job.
Well, that's it. So a lot of people won't be declared dead until they're at hospital and it's definitely over.
Oh, we're ending the show in the same way that we began it, minus a gat. Jimbo has joined us. Good morning, Jimbo. Good afternoon.
We appreciate this is your specialist subject. Not death.
Hello, Jimbo.
Oh, for
Ford's sake. Pete, are you still there?
I'm still here, yeah.
Okay, right. I don't know what's happened. I'm going.
I mean, I was kind of done, so.
Okay, good. Well, they're still in the call. I don't know how you end that call. Oh, done it. Hang on. Right, let's try. Here we go. Jimbo's calling in.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
So you kind of put up the bat signal because Disney's mine and Jenna's big thing.
Yes.
Have you ever killed anybody on Disney property, or have you tried and failed?
Somebody died on Disney property 2 weeks before we arrived. They were knocked down by one of the Disney transportation buses.
Holy guacamole.
That one of our favourite things to do, by law in Florida, if you run a theme park, you have to report any accidents, any illnesses that happen on park property, whether that's the hotels or the parks. And they are hilarious, some of them. There's obviously the tragic ones of people being knocked down by buses and stuff.
Okay, so I wouldn't open with that one.
But the funny ones are?
The funny one. Well, you had somebody who slipped on the wrapper off a snack and twisted their ankle. There was somebody who was stung by a load of bees whilst on a roller coaster.
Hang on a minute. Where are the funny ones? Someone was stung by a load of bees on a roller coaster? That sounds like actual hell to me.
I've seen it happen to Winnie the Pooh and everyone laughs.
It was on the Winnie the Pooh ride. So he didn't let me do the punchline.
Jimbo.
But there is, honestly, worth checking out sometime because you've got a load. Honestly, I think the audience would love it.
All right, if you can send me a link, maybe we'll have a look at that on Friday night, please. That would be good. Have you seen that documentary about the really dangerous theme park in America?
No.
Can you Google?
Yeah.
It's got that guy. One of the talking heads is that guy from Beautiful Anonymous, the Chris thingy. Dangerous theme park documentary. It's about this theme park in the 80s that was run by this guy.
The Class Action Park.
Action Park. It's run by this hedge fund guy who wanted a theme park, and every time people were getting injured all the time, and every time the council, the local government would come and complain and stuff, he'd just either bribe them or go, no, it's fixed.
It's got Johnny Knoxville in it. I don't think he should be put in charge of.
He was one of the talking heads. I'll find a quick trailer because we can fair deal it, and then we're done. But Class Action Park is well worth watching. That's
Tom Jones is in it.
That's my recommendation to you. Right, Jim, thank you very much indeed. Goodbye. Let's close out. Let's just see if we can find, because there's one ride in it that is just insane. I think I showed you a clip of it. Class Action Park. Everyone was just getting really badly injured. The 10 craziest rides in Class Action Park. How long is that? That's too long. All right, let's just quickly. I think we can watch this trailer.
There's nothing in the world like Action Park. Baby, let the thing Action Park. Action Park.
The story of Action. As you entered the park, you saw
You're just in there as a human being.
You're like,
no,
it's real.
The engineering behind this, if there.
Right, we won't watch it all. So this is a ride where you just slide down it on water, right? And everyone was surprisingly either getting stuck here or injured, right? And so they then put some padding in there, and they just tested it on the kids that work there, right? They put some padding here because everyone would go fired up and smack into there. And so they put some padding in there, and then they found that people were getting cut, right? They're going, well, what are the cuts from? We've got padding in there. The teeth.
Oh my God!
Teeth that got stuck in the padding. Teeth that got stuck in the padding, and it was scratching people.
You were being bitten.
Yeah, it was. It's just Class Action Park. It's a little dry in places, but it is. I wonder if there's any.
Flipping it.
It is. I mean, there's plenty of that.
This is what our fate. This is what your garden fate's going to be like, isn't it?
I like the way you went from our garden fate to your garden fate to get out of any potential legal issues. To send us that link, Jim, we'll have a little look at that. Thank you. Class Action Park. It's a good documentary. It's maybe 20 minutes too long, but it's really really good.
Good God.
We're done.
Yeah.
Whoa! You got 7 minutes extra free. What the hell is this?
We'll be taking those back.
It's our pleasure. The schedule changes slightly. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing the World of Tanks between 5 and 7. If you've downloaded it already, it'd be cool. You can come and join us. And it'll be free to watch on Twitch. Friday night, I think we're doing, did we say 8 till 11? I can't quite remember the schedule. With the first 30 minutes will be free and the rest will be behind the paywall. The paywall links are pinned on Patreon. And I'm at my sister's this weekend. I'm staying at my sister's. So I don't know if I'm going to do a show Sunday evening. Can I ask a quick question? You know the kind of radio shows I've been doing on a Sunday evening? I'm going to do them again. I don't feel they should be behind a paywall. I mean, they'd have to be on Twitch if I was going to play music. Would you be cool as paywall people if that was not behind the paywall, or would you feel you were being gypped a little bit? The podcast will go to the paywalls, but the actual thing, would you feel you're being gypped is a word, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's an acceptable word. If that were public, Lulu's done the yep. Can never do a yes or no because I never know what the question is.
Do it no paywall.
Do it no paywall.
Pete.
I think it's a non-paywall thing, and there's going to be we need to come up with a podcast for our patrons. We need to come up with dinner for our 150s and the mod meeting for our £20 and above. We need to come up with some dates for that. So we'll do that. It's early in July. We're all good. Ladles and jelly spoons. Thank you very much. If you want to watch this show again, the link should be there. I'm going to do the podcast now. Hopefully I've got time. I've got to go out in a little bit, but hopefully we'll have time to do the podcast.
Today might get tricky. If it does get tricky, remember, seize the joy, those small victories. It will get better. Go on.